Carnival, the chairman or the CEO of Carnival, Arnold Donald, and I would have had several discussions subsequently. And he would have shown a great appreciation for the determination and grit of the Antiguan and Barbudan people, in which we push them to increase our head tax. In fact, it is admiration. And I'll say this much, I sat in a meeting, I think it was in Barbados, if I'm not mistaken, with some CARICOM heads, subsequent to our fight after we got our increase. And it was a well-attended meeting. Most of the CARICOM heads were there. They engaged Arnold Donald about increasing the head tax for the Caribbean countries. They made very eloquent arguments, very erudite arguments. They said, for example, that dating back almost 30 years, that Caribbean countries had decided that they would have approached the cruise tourism operators to get an increase in the head tax, because most Caribbean countries do not generate sufficient revenue to cover the capital costs associated with the development of the cruise infrastructure, including the construction of piers. And I listened to Arnold Donald allowing all of these heads to speak. And every time they spoke and they said they want an increase, he said to them, Prime Minister, the issue is not about an increase. The issue is about increasing volumes. And this is no exaggeration. As the various heads within the region made a point, very potent arguments about having an increase, Arnold Donald repeated the same line. He said to each of them, the issue is not about getting an increase. The issue is about increasing volumes. I'm saying this to say that Antigua and Barbuda pushed the envelope, pushed it hard, and got an increase. And even in an environment in which the CEO of Carnival met with all of the CARICOM heads. At that time, we didn't really participate much in the meeting because we had already gotten an increase. I mean, our position was, if there was going to be an increase, we wanted to be above and beyond what we got so that we could have gotten a further increase. But I listened, and, afterwards, Arnold Donald said to me, well, I'm glad you didn't, say much, because, I was very firm that they weren't going to get an increase. And I'm saying this to say that there's some people who believe that the way to negotiate is through diplomatic acquiescence. If you do not have some degree of robustness about these fights, people do not take it seriously. They do not move. I mean, I recall, for example, with the Scotiabank fight. Again, there are people who are critical. They try to argue it is not what I said, it is how I said it. It seemed as though they wanted me to go there with some form of convoluted language and appear as though, we're begging these people to sell us the Scotiabank branch here.